Our journey through space-time often takes us to distant galaxies and newborn stars. But sometimes the greatest mysteries lie buried beneath our own feet, hidden in the whispers of myth and the gaps in our historical records. Imagine, if you will, a time long before the recognized dynasties of China, around 5000 BCE. The story we are told usually begins with primitive societies, with stone tools and fledgling agriculture. But what if that story is incomplete? Let's travel back to a forgotten era, to a civilization that flourished on the central plains of what is now China, a culture so advanced it defies our conventional timeline of human progress. This wasn't a world of mud huts and sharpened rocks. This was a civilization of breathtaking sophistication. Dominating the skyline are structures that defy belief. Not pyramids of rough-hewn stone, but elegant towering obelisks made of a translucent glass-like material. Alongside them stood pyramids, not as tombs for dead kings, but as centers of learning and meditation. Their perfect geometric forms designed to harmonize with the energies of the earth and the cosmos. The people who built these magnificent structures were guided by a unique philosophy. For them, science and morality were two sides of the same coin. While we are proud of our recent discoveries in quantum physics, these ancient people had a profound understanding of the universe's smallest particles. Evidence suggests a shared system of primordial writing, an elegant, abstract script that connected them with other advanced pockets of civilization in West Asia and even Egypt. This was the world before the flood, a connected, enlightened planet on the cusp of a golden age. For this brilliant civilization, the decline was not swift, but insidious, a slow erosion from within. The principles of moral science that had been the bedrock of their society began to be forgotten. As morality decayed, the very fabric of their society began to fray. The once harmonious energies that powered their cities started to become unstable. Their prophets and wisest sages saw the signs. They spoke of a great cosmic cycle, a cleansing that was foretold to correct such profound imbalances. They warned that the world itself would wash away the corruption that humanity had embraced. But their voices were largely ignored, lost in a chorus of arrogance and complacency. The Great Flood was not a simple storm, it was a planetary restructuring. The chronicles describe the sky darkening for days, the oceans rising and waters bursting forth from the very ground. The magnificent cities, the glowing obelisks, the vast libraries of knowledge, all were swallowed by the churning, muddy waters. It was the end of an epoch. Small communities, those who still held to the old ways and listened to the wisdom of the universe, had prepared. They abandoned the doomed plains and fled to the highest ground they could find. As the waters rose, they watched from the mountaintops as their world disappeared beneath the waves, carrying with them not just their lives, but the faint, precious memory of the civilization that was lost. In the aftermath of the deluge, the world was a different place. The survivors looked out from their mountain sanctuaries upon a vast, endless sea. Their gleaming cities were gone, their advanced tools lost to the depths. By all conventional logic, they should have been plunged into a primitive state of existence. But this did not happen. The survivors were not primitive hunter-gatherers. They were the inheritors of a vast, albeit fragmented legacy. They carried the most powerful tool of all, knowledge. They planted terraced fields with saved seeds of domesticated grains, applying remembered principles of sustainable farming to their new rugged environment. The survivors, having witnessed the fall of a civilization that had lost its moral compass, placed a renewed emphasis on virtue and community. They taught their children the stories of the past, not just as history, but as a moral blueprint for the future. When the waters finally receded, and their descendants began to venture back down into the fertile river valleys, they did not arrive as primitives. They came as pioneers with a rich heritage of knowledge. As civilization re-established itself in the fertile river valleys, a truly remarkable era dawned, the reign of the Yellow Emperor, Huangdi. This period, around 2700 BCE, is remembered in Chinese culture not merely as a historical time, but as a mythical golden age. It was an age of wonders, a time when the veil between the human and divine realms was thin. Gods, immortals, and enlightened beings walked among humans, offering guidance and sharing profound wisdom. The Yellow Emperor himself was more than just a ruler. He was a cultivator, a sage, and an inventor. Guided by these divine beings, he established the foundations of Chinese civilization as we know it. The historical texts hint at extraordinary technologies and events. They speak of celestial chariots and journeys to other lands, not just across the oceans but perhaps even to other worlds or dimensions, to the realms of the gods themselves. The people learned to harness Earth's energies in new ways, developing forms of acoustic levitation and advanced healing arts. It was a time of immense creativity and discovery, where the limitations of the physical world seemed to melt away. This period cemented a core idea in the Chinese worldview: the unity of heaven, earth, and humanity. Rulers were not just political leaders, they were intermediaries, responsible for maintaining the harmony between the mortal world and the divine cosmos. In this flourishing golden age under the Yellow Emperor, a monumental task was undertaken: the creation of a new system of writing. This sacred duty fell to Kangji, the Yellow Emperor's four-eyed historian, whose unique vision allowed him to perceive the patterns of the cosmos and the essence of the natural world. The legend says he looked down at the tracks of birds and animals on the ground and up at the constellations in the night sky. In the patterns of nature, he saw a language waiting to be transcribed. Every time someone writes a Chinese character today, they are using a system born from Kangji's cosmic vision, a script designed to capture the essence of reality itself. The evolution of writing tells a powerful story of humanity's journey, from the metaphysical heights of the past to a new, grounded, and enduring wisdom. The story of this lost civilization, its fall and its rebirth, is more than just a fascinating alternative history. It is a grand narrative that lies at the very heart of Chinese civilization, weaving through its philosophy, its art, and its spiritual traditions for millennia. It reminds us that we are part of a cosmic story that is far older and grander than we know. It challenges us to look beyond our perceived limitations and to rediscover the connection between our inner state and our outer world. The legacy of this lost civilization is not just a tale of pyramids and floods. It is a timeless reminder that the path to a brilliant future is paved with wisdom, courage, and the unwavering belief in the divine potential that resides within us all.